Say, hello to you all.
Hello.
Hello.
You may first allow yourselves to realize that each of you contains the ideas of both male and female energy. One of the ideas you have allowed us to be here for is that merger, that marriage of both the male and female energy within yourselves. There lies very, very, very many ideas that you wish to express upon your planet in a smooth, I'll say smoother fashion, would be very easily manifested if you would allow for that marriage within yourselves to take place. Do you follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Each of you being equal to the other half. Each of you co-joining within yourselves both sides of that energy which makes each of you what you are. Would find yourselves very easily being able to relate to one another in the same manner. You would find there being no threat from yourselves to yourselves. On that one principle alone, the entire face of your planet would change shape. This idea can be expressed most simply, and we do like to keep things simple, as simply the idea of self-love. Realize that that which you do not recognize within yourselves, you will hardly recognize anywhere else. And conversely, if you can recognize a principle somewhere else, thus you must contain it within you first. Therefore, you know, if you see greatness, if you see in your terms majesty, if you see abundance, if you can recognize these ideas for what they are, you contain that within yourself, or there would be no perception of such by you. Do you follow me?
Yes.
It is very, 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 very simple. We would always ask you to keep it that way. All right, question.
I have a question.
Yes.
The question is, in the sense of the subject of male and female, the drive for a male towards a female and vice versa would actually take a person off his focus before that point, and it's so very powerful. Why would it be so powerful?
Again, you have created certain situations through which you decided to work so that you would always feel the expression of all possible forms of the relationship within what you term to be your historical past before arriving at your here and now historical present, so that you would have every aspect of positive energy, every aspect of negative energy within you and integrated, so that you would not leave any one portion out to feel equal to all the other portions when it came time to collect them all together. Do you follow me?
I'm sort of got a little lost on it in the center of that.
Very simply, the idea that you have created variations in your society with regard to your relationship between what you term to be male and female has been played out in many forms, so that when you arrive at your here and now present historical point, you would have each and every one of those forms to draw on in the coalition and integration of your overall male-female identity with regard to the expression of your mass conscious identity, which now must become equal to its own self-awareness, so that your overall mass identity, consciousness of your planet, will be one identity equal to any other mass consciousness identity such as our own, so that we may relate. Question?
Yes. You mentioned the other day that one of your jobs or professions is sociologist. Could you explain, please, on what form that takes in your civilization?
You will find it will involve the idea of whole systems of consciousness with regard to various civilizations that we interact with. You will find it will allow us to view those portions of our own overall identity as these various civilizations relate to ourselves. In those portions of ourselves we see reflected in them. It is sociology always of the self as well as of the observed. Your own sociologists, I'll say, tend to forget that point. That the teacher always learns, that the student always teaches. Do you follow me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question.
I've always been fascinated with the Quiche Maya and the ancient civilizations in Mexico, and they all disappeared. Do you know why?
Do you mean, do I know where?
Oh. What happened?
They simply had reached, in a sense, a point in the vibratory energy matrix of your civilization where they had contributed to that vibration all that that idea needed to contribute, and so allowed a certain momentum and a certain impetus to carry on, but also, in a sense, branched off and created, as many whole soul selves do, in a sense, a separate soul self, thus relocating their idea of themselves, and so thus relocating themselves. You will find, to some degree, certain, I'll say, representations of their civilization still exist upon your planet, to a degree. To a degree.
For example?
There are portions of your planet which to a large extent are what you would term to be hollow. Many, in a sense, portions of the civilizations which have crossed the face of your planet, some of them exist within at this time.